for? I'm in the drive-thru.
It's Andy here, and yes, that viral TikTok has a lot of people questioning who really gets tips in 2022, because I have questions, I have feelings too, and so do you all. So let's get into it.
I'm sorry to say this, but tipping culture has gotten out of control.
TikTok user Realistic Recovery gave her a hot take on tipping in the US these days in this viral video, which has been viewed over 2 million times in less than 24 hours.
And I just want to preface this by saying that I always tip 20% like standard.
Now, this user goes on to explain how she was using the drive-thru window at a local burger restaurant when this all happened.
I get up to the pay window and she's like, how much do you want to tip? And I'm just like, what? And she's like, yeah, did you want to leave a tip? And she's like pointing to them. And I was like, oh no, not today. And then I just felt really uncomfortable. But like, homegirl, what am I gonna tip you for? I'm in the drive-thru. Oh my God.
And of course, this video sparked a lot of debate in the comment section, with some people agreeing that a tip really isn't needed at a drive-thru window. One user commented, tipping is for a service. If you are in the drive-thru, you drove there. That's not a tipping situation. Another comment says, self-serve, drive-thru, counter service. I'm sorry, like, it's not expected to tip. Now, for anyone who's unfamiliar, in most states in America, it's legal for companies to pay as low as $2.15 an hour to service workers like waiters, bartenders, and more, with the assumption that the rest of their salary is really coming from customer tips. But some commenters critique that system, saying, America expects us to pick up the slack from not paying their works. Pay your workers an actual living wage and tipping wouldn't exist. Another user argued, of course, we wish these people were paid living wages, but if you're actually a paid living wage and can help, maybe tip. Of course, since the pandemic started, unemployment rates have spiked up, and shutdowns mean people who couldn't work from home, like service workers, were left without any income. And of course, along with unemployment, service workers have put up with a lot over the past year. We've seen so many Karen freakouts recently, from yelling at employees trying to enforce mask mandates.
Do it. What? Hey, man. You said a fucking egg! I'm hungry!
To even throwing food at workers.
And it's always non-crack. This is not non-crack.
I can remake it if you want.
And as if crazy customers aren't enough, COVID-19 has left a lot of stores and restaurants severely understaffed. We recently covered this issue when we reported on this overworked Dunkin' Donuts worker.
How long have you been going without a break?
Sometimes 8 hours, sometimes 7 hours, sometimes maybe even like 9.
And even this Waffle House with only one staff member working at super late night hours.
This lady deserves all the tips. She's cooking it all for 12 people by herself.
Some people brought this to the attention of the original TikTok user, saying most places are currently running with barely any employees because of COVID, and local businesses especially are taking a hit. It's really not worth you whining on TikTok. But Realistic Recovery replied to the criticism with another video, putting the final blame back on the tipping system in the US.
It shouldn't be the customer's job to provide compensation when somebody is overworked and underpaid.
So in the end, whose responsibility really is it? Are we supposed to be just super nice to our service workers and pay them a living wage, or tip them whenever possible because they really need it? But also, there are times where I question too, do we tip when we give coffee? Sometimes I'm like, this coffee's already $5. But obviously we have feelings, you have feelings. Let us know in the comments below, or in any place you find us at What's Trending. Go to whatstrending.com, find me, Lalwani, and we'll see you very soon.